Hey, hey! It's another Thursday. What's that mean, kids? Piss pod time. We're here on YouTube Live. If you're checking us out, we appreciate you. Hit the thumb or the bell, whatever button the subscribe one is. I can't remember. And I don't have an app in front of me, so yeah, hit that button. Here. What's up, everybody? My name's Cory O'Neill. That's my guy, James Clark. We're here to talk to you about sports for a little while. It's a couple dudes sitting on a couch, hitting puffers.
Hitting the button.
That's right. Hit that one. Specifically that one.
That button.
Yeah.
Major alert.
What's going on, man?
My team sucks. Your team hates each other.
Allegedly.
And college football is fixed.
Yeah. That's a lot of things are.
As a lot of things are. Coming at you guys with a little bit of college, a little bit of NFL. As you can see, both of us geared up, finally. I did not have my Hokies gear last week because Dick's Sporting Goods, sponsors, did not exactly have anything in large man size.
Yeah, what the hell, Dicks?
So, big man, little dicks. Wait. Wait.
Yeah, they're there for little people, as most places are. We have to shop in the big and tall section.
You know what's the only thing I could find there in my size?
What?
A beanie.
Socks?
No, a beanie.
Really?
You know how much that beanie costs?
$40.
$21.99.
Wow.
$21.99 for a hat.
I remember when an actual proper hat used to be like $20. Now
Yeah.
they're like 40.
Yeah.
Like if I just decide randomly I'd like to go on Fanatics and purchase like a Colorado Rockies hat, I gotta come off like $42. It's crazy, man. What are we doing?
Why would anybody buy a Colorado Rockies hat, though?
I like the Rockies, man.
You like the Rockies?
I do. I like random teams.
That's
in every
fair.
sport.
That's right.
So I do like the Rockies. I like their color scheme. They suck. They are just complete ass, but that's also part of the reason I like them.
It's kind of that underdog I like.
Yeah, that's why I always like the Kansas City Royals, too.
Until
although they're not really underdog anymore.
They're not ass anymore at all.
No, dude, but I still pull for them. I was really geeked when I was as excited in 2015 when they won the World Series as I could be for a team that I don't root for, that isn't my team.
That's fair.
So, there's that.
That's fair.
A little bit of baseball talk in Christmas time. They just have the winter meetings.
They are having the winter meetings, and
Yeah.
not to divert, but, fuck you, Mets fans.
Dude.
I know. Anyway.
A lot of money.
Oh, God.
Play baseball.
Oh, God. We're not tall enough.
No.
So, there's that.
No.
Looking at the results from the weekend, we did make a bet.
We did.
And I believe I was the winner of that bet.
Yep.
By a lot.
Yeah. My predictions were cheeks.
Mine were not so much, but we did share a couple of losses.
We did.
We shared the Maction.
Shout out Mac. Thanks, Red Hawks.
Congratulations to the Bobcats of Ohio. And
yeah, they put work in, dude.
38-3. Commiserations to our parlays.
Ha! Yeah, my shit was big dead, dude.
So mine was alive until the second quarter of that game. And then Texas, so we didn't necessarily have that one wrong, per se, because Texas did have a lead late in the fourth quarter.
True. That's true.
So it's not as though we were off by much.
Right.
And they kind of shit the bed in overtime.
They did.
So
They did.
Hornets down.
Yeah.
Thanks, Texas.
Sorry, McConaughey.
But everybody else, pretty much, it kind of went as I expected it to go. Clemson knocked off SMU.
Yeah, I did not expect that, except for the fact that I expected it because of the reasons we discussed last week.
Oregon knocked off Penn State.
Of course.
Arizona.
How about a throw, Drew Aller?
Hey, now. Arizona State took care of business against Iowa State.
Boy, did they.
They look impressive.
Yeah, man. All that just to get bounced in the first round.
More than likely. And then who else? in any... Oh, Boise State. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashton Genty for Heisman, anybody?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's got to be, man.
It needs to be. For the good of college football purity, it needs to be.
Yeah.
For whatever this shenanigan-laced bullshit has turned into...
Exactly.
It's going to be Travis Hunter.
It is. It is.
Now, let's caveat all of that. Is Travis Hunter a really good player?
Of course.
Is it impressive that he plays both ways and does well on both sides of the ball?
Yeah.
Does that mean that he's the best player in college football automatically?
No, dude. With the season Genty's had, I mean, come on, man.
He's breaking Barry Sanders records.
Right.
When you were talking about breaking Barry Sanders records from college, look at what Barry Sanders did at Oklahoma State.
Right.
2,500 yards.
Historical fucking season, dude.
33 touchdowns.
Like, we've seen Charles Woodson type dudes before.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
They
not saying
exist.
it's common, because it's not. But, I don't know, man. Anytime you talk about, like, we've seen this Travis Hunter thing before. Have we seen it this well? That's up for debate, sure. But, I mean, we're talking about history with Genty, man. When you're talking about the lore of of one of those records that you really don't expect to ever be broken, you know, that trumps everything.
Now, of course, he's getting the pushback because, they play in a lesser conference.
Of course.
Travis Hunter is doing it in a bigger conference. All these things about competition level, this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, we are still talking about 18 to 24-year-old young men who are athletically gifted, technically sound, and solid football players that earned Division I scholarships or are playing on Division I teams.
Right. You can only play the teams that are in front of you.
Absolutely. Now, if Genty was at an Ohio State, at an Indiana, at a Texas, at a Tennessee, or an Alabama, now, does he get those same numbers? Probably not, but here's why. Who else does Boise State have on that team? Right. Now, you know the quarterback's name. I know you know the quarterback's name because you like the quarterback's name.
I love him.
Who are their wide receivers?
I could not name them off the top of my head.
I haven't fucking bothered to look. So, if we're talking about an Alabama or an Ohio State or a Tennessee, we're talking about teams that have 3, 4, 5, 6 high-profile quality guys that are at the top of their craft, that are all offensive weapons that can go off at any time and all need the ball.
Way more mouths to feed.
Ashton Genty has been corn-fed thoroughbred this entire time.
He's the whole reason they're in the fucking play. He's the whole reason they got to fucking buy, dude.
A buy.
That's the whole reason. Like, I don't know, man. When it comes to the competition level thing, I'm not hearing it with Boise State anymore. We've done this with them, man. Like,
they've been around since what, 2004?
Yeah, dude. Like Jared Zabransky and shit. Like, it's time to admit.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, they've arrived. It's okay, man. I mean, yeah, they're not the big school that Ohio State is, or Texas, or Georgia, or Alabama.
But they've shown they belong.
Right. You can't be a fucking flash in the pan when it's been 2+ decades of this. It's just, accept it. It's okay.
So now that we have done the bet, we've found out who wins, now we have the college football playoff. And a lot of clamoring was going on. I was going through different places, and a lot of people from the South Carolina side were really pissy about not being included in the college football playoff. And their big pinning point was Alabama. As soon as Alabama did not get in, all of that went away.
Exactly.
I had numerous arguments with people online about how their 4-point win over Old Dominion was better than Virginia Tech's 20-point win over Old Dominion, and they would mop the floor with Virginia Tech any day. And I'm just sitting there like, are you in the playoff?
Right.
No, we're in the same place. At home.
Yeah, dude. I think when Bama didn't get in, I think that's about as right as the committee could get it in terms of the teams that are there.
That takes away my my pick for the championship game.
That is true. That is true.
I got to redo that now.
I mean, I thought there was a way. I mean, we didn't really talk. I thought there was a way Ole Miss could have snuck in.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it doesn't matter. We got the 12 teams we got. I think by and large, it's the 12 that we should have got.
More than likely.
So, yeah, man. And it's funny that the first year they expanded from 4 to 12, Bama's on the outside looking in.
Hey, imagine that.
So, yeah, I'm with the shit, man. I mean, we loved it already, but how's that for irony? Fuck you, Tide.
Is that a War Eagle I hear?
Hey. Shout out to Keo Spikes.
So now we have our first play-in matchup. So this is seeds 5 through 12 playing each other. Each of the higher seeds get a home playoff game, essentially.
Yup.
So kind of going through them, Texas, Clemson visiting Texas.
Yeah, dude.
2 orange and white schools. How do we feel about that one?
Ugly gear matchup. That's not going to look good
on TV
aesthetically at all.
Unless Clemson busts out the purple.
But
in some way.
Yeah, Texas, I was going to say, they'd have to probably rock a purple pant, which I don't know if they do, because Texas is going to probably be rocking the burnt oranges, which I kind of dig.
Well, it's burnt orange and white.
Yeah.
Because they always rock white bottoms with that.
Yep. They're impressive. They're okay. It's just going to be a lot of orange, and this is coming from someone who orange is my favorite color.
Hey.
McConaughey gets it, man. Texas, I think, is too good for Clemson. Although there's always something with Clemson, man. Like the SMU game, where it's like, I mean, would I bet an amount of money that mattered to me? No. But I think Texas gets it done, man. I just think they're too much for Clemson.
I hope so, and I hope their inept offense production doesn't show up in that game. Because it's going to be a huge embarrassment for Senor Drinks a Lot, not no more. That's a Steve Sarkisian dig, everybody. Does anybody like Steve Sarkisian? Except for people in Texas.
I was going to say, probably boosters and maybe like Quinn Ewers.
Right, maybe, and that's only when he's not sucking them off.
Right.
Ohio State having Tennessee come to visit. I don't care what you say, that's just a cool game. And it's at night. So it's a night game in the Horseshoe.
That's going to look good, dude.
For Ohio State taking on the Volunteers of Tennessee, who geographically, those two teams are rather close.
Yeah, but never play.
Genuinely, actually, gonna do some live Googling here in a second.
Do some geography.
Well, not even the geography. I want to see how many times they've played.
It can't be very often, dude. And that's one of the cool things I think about this playoff is you're going to get... I mean, it's kind of like bowl games, man. You get matchups. But see, bowl games are obviously set a lot of times. Certain specific bowl games, you have certain conference, this conference against that conference. This is just kind of a luck of the draw 1 through 12. So it's like... It's kind of like fantasy booking in a way, which is nice. Side note, man, people shit on bowl games constantly. I love trashy bowl games, man. I fucking love trashy bowl games. I get excited for shutdown. I'm off for a week and a half. There's nothing better than like waking up on like 11 o'clock a.m. on like a random Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And here's fucking Diego Pavia.
The Disco Daddies Texaco Bowl.
Yeah, dude, exactly. The First Responders Bowl with like, I don't fucking know, man. Arkansas State against a directional school. Like, I'm with it, man. I love it. And I'm going to fucking bet every last one of them, even though I don't know shit about North Texas.
Absolutely.
Or whoever.
Speaking of shoddy bowl games,
yes,
the only time that Tennessee and Ohio State have played each other was in a bowl game. It was the...
I'm going to guess Cotton Bowl.
Oh, no. No, even worse than that. It was the 1996 Comp USA Florida Citrus Bowl. The Comp USA Florida Citrus Bowl in 96. So these two teams that are maybe 400 miles apart have played that have storied histories,
Right,
that have
sure.
both won national championships,
Yep.
multiple in the past 30 years, have played each other once in their entire
25
history.
years ago.
This is crazy. This is cool as shit.
It is awesome, dude. And this is a game that is going to be great for all the reasons we mentioned. Man, I don't know. Maybe it's the fucking Penn State fan in me. In our bracket, I took Tennessee, man.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's wishful. Maybe that's, a tip of the cap to Gerard Mayo. I don't know. There's really no logic behind it.
Sure.
Other than anytime Ohio State gets in the playoffs, they fucking shit all over themselves. So I think Tennessee's hungry. This is a team. You got Josh Heupel there. Josh Heupel's their head coach, dude. That shit's fucking crazy, man.
That's a weird concept.
It is. It's like, wait, you played for Oklahoma. How did you end up there?
Yeah.
But I think Tennessee's probably a program that's looking to work their way back. And this is a fucking statement, man. If you get in there and you beat Ohio State and you advance, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
That's really all you have to do if you're the Vols. Obviously, you strive for more. Give me Tennessee here, man. Give me a young, chippy Tennessee program.
And considering the last thing that happened in the horseshoe was a flag planting and a brawl, you hope that Ohio State comes out with a little more offense and a little more fervor.
Right.
Speaking of that flag planting and brawl, real quick, did you see what Ohio legislators have bandied up in front of their Congress?
Oh, God, no.
One of the representatives, he's a conservative, figured that shit. This isn't a politics show, folks.
Not yet.
So one of the representatives in Ohio has presented what he is calling, what they have levied it, as a sportsmanship law.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
If
You said a conservative passed this?
they didn't pass it.
Or proposed it?
They have proposed this law.
That sounds like a fucking liberal proposal.
Right. It is something sportsmanship, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, for the love of God.
The concept of the law is that no flags should be planted at midfield of Ohio Stadium.
Fuck off.
The penalty for doing so
Death.
is a felony.
Stop it.
I wish I was
Stop
kidding.
it.
I wish I was kidding.
No, this isn't to you. This is to the governor. Fuck you, bro. For real. That's just...
It's Ohio, man. What do you expect?
So it's like, it's okay, it's acceptable anywhere else at any other university.
Right.
Matter of fact, what about Miami of Ohio? Is it okay there?
Apparently
Is it
not.
okay at
Ohio Bobcats? Nope. Toledo, Kent
okay.
State.
So this is all inclusive within the state of Ohio.
That's the thing, is I haven't...
I'm very curious.
I'm
would like
hesitant to
ask
click
that
on the
question.
article.
Yeah, you don't want to give it the mileage that they want.
Right, but in order to be informed...
Well, I will say the flag planting thing has kind of become a bit of a gimmick.
Right. I like it.
Yeah, but for me, it's kind of teetering on like, all right, we're getting there. I get it. I get what we're going for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, I feel like there's bigger issues than, hey, don't disrespect the fucking O in the middle of the horseshoe. Fuck off, man.
Right.
Seriously. Get over yourself.
So, that'll lead us into new and fun and exciting matchup. SMU coming to town to play your boys, to play the Nittany Lions. The ACC runner-up from Texas.
Right.
Coming to Happy Valley.
Totally on the Atlantic coast.
How happy are you to see the Ponies in the first round?
Very.
Very.
Very. Yeah, dude. So from a matchup perspective, in terms of like how I feel about our chances to win, very good.
Sure.
I hate that if we do win, one of the teams that I'm like pulling for to win this thing is going to get bounced. I know SMU's not going to win the whole fucking thing.
Sure.
Boy, would that be awesome. But we never get what we want. So I like the path Penn State has to the title game at least. I very much like it.
It's a good path.
It's the 6th seed wasn't a bad draw, friend.
No.
So I'm gonna hammer Penn State in this one.
I got you.
I I like a sizable win here. I do.
And then we have the all-Indiana matchup.
I know, man.
We have the fucking Hoosiers. God damn. Why couldn't I remember that?
The basketball school.
The basketball school going to play the actual football school. Who do you like in the Battle of Indiana?
I won Indiana.
Oh, yeah, we won Indiana. Nobody actually, other than Notre Dame fans, nobody wants to see Indiana win.
You know what's crazy? I actually kind of like somehow in the midst of, because I'm like, I watch Penn State every week, and I go back and forth with my enthusiasm on college, but I'm not sitting here on Saturday like watching every fucking game.
Yeah.
Typically. I kind of, when it was like, all right, the bracket's getting put together, here's the deal, it was like, oh yeah, Notre Dame. I'd kind of forgotten about them, which made me feel like an idiot. But then it's like, oh yeah, of course they're there, because money. And I mean, they do deserve it too, so there's that. Notre Dame's going to win. Notre Dame's going to win. I hope the fuck Indiana pulls it off. They're a great story. But I feel like Ohio State probably exposed them a little bit. Notre Dame's got more talent than they do. I love the hunger that Indiana has, and I hope the fuck they pull it off.
Yeah.
I love an underdog, but Notre Dame's going to win.
That's fair. It's kind of one of those things for me is I hope it's a close game.
Exactly.
You know, I hope it comes down to last possession or possession before last. You know, it's not just, you know.
Don't be a shithouse.
I hope it's not 3/4 of, God, I could have watched something else.
I could be doing anything else right now.
I could be cutting grass that I don't have. You know, something like that.
Exactly.
And then, you know, waiting for them at the back end is going to be Georgia.
Yup.
Now, if you look at my bracket versus your bracket, I played a little on hope.
Yeah, you have to.
I played a little on hope, and then I played a little on smarts. You know, I'm taking Texas and Ohio State to kind of go through. I took your boys to go through.
Yep.
A lot of higher seeds, but then I think Indiana, just like college basketball, I think that 10 seed offers an opportunity to do something fun.
No, it does. It does.
So I like the 10 seed in that slot. I like the matchup versus Notre Dame because I think Notre Dame also has the opportunity to just shit the bed.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping they do, like they did against Alabama in the championship, you know, years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Georgia has those games too. Like if you look at the game they played against Kentucky, a couple of those moments. So, you know, opportunities abound for some upsets in that area. Texas, Arizona State would be a fun one. Oregon, Ohio State, great rematch. Yep. And then Penn State, Boise State on the Smurf turf.
Yeah, dude.
Penn State at Boise.
I know. I hope so. Yeah, do we want to reveal our title matchups or?
Well, our red.
All right, so do we want to reveal our championship predictions now?
Our brackets?
Yeah.
I think now's the perfect opportunity to do so before we get into it.
Let's do it. All
right, so from the top, I have Texas.
Yep. Me too.
Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana.
Okay.
Those are my first four in.
Okay.
Then Texas, Arizona State. I got Texas. I like Arizona State.
Me too.
I
wanted to put them through.
It's a really hard decision not to.
Yeah.
Because Texas is gonna have one of those games.
Yep.
But I think Texas is gonna last till the next round to have the game. Oregon and Ohio State. I think going to Outson again for Ohio State, I don't think they're going to solve the mystery. I think their bugaboo is going to come back for their offense at the worst time possible, and I think this is going to be the game that gets Ryan Day canned.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting like a 45-6 blowout. Yeah. So Oregon and Texas in the semi on that side.
Yep.
Penn State going into Boise State. Took you boys.
Hey.
I took you boys.
I wouldn't blame you if you took Genty.
And then I made it an all Big Ten semi.
Okay.
I took Indiana and put them over Georgia because I think Georgia's going to have a bugaboo game as well.
Yeah.
I already talked about how I like that 10 seed slot. So, 3 Big Ten teams.
Fuck yeah.
In the conference or in the playoff semifinals.
Yeah, Final Four. We get one of those in football now too, kids.
So you want to roll through your first 8 matchups?
Yeah, I got Texas over Clemson, Tennessee over the Buckeyes, Penn State. We are over SMU.
Hey now.
And I got the Irish over Indiana. So
shock, bitch.
Yeah. Well, except Tennessee. Although 9-8 isn't really a massive.
Oh yeah, true. Never mind, Tennessee.
But I think Tennessee beating Ohio State would probably surprise some people.
Sure.
I want to give it to Arizona State. I do. I think they'll give Texas all they can handle, but Texas gets through. Shout out my guy McConaughey.
Fair.
Tennessee and Oregon. Same thing. You want to have a Cinderella. You want to have that Long Beach State, the VCU.
Yeah.
But it ends here. Oregon over
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, dude. They played Villanova last night.
Hey now.
Penn State shuts down the Genty Express and advances, and give me Georgia over the Irish.
All right.
To advance to the semis.
Semifinals. I have Texas and Oregon.
Same.
I believe that the Ducks are going to do the thing.
Okay.
And then I have Penn State. I have Indiana.
Big Ten represent.
I think this is where Cinderella's slipper finally shatters.
I hope you're right.
I do believe Penn State makes it to the national championship game over Indiana. The biggest reason, and I think this is what we're going to find a few years from now with this format, the path for certain teams is going to be ridiculously good.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily going to be the 6th seed.
Right.
But there will be one path every year that's like, all right.
I see you.
Like, hello. Like, how are we not taking this?
I do think we got lucky with that path this year.
At
least to the semifinals.
Right. You don't have to... realistically, all you have to do is show up. Yes, Boise State could be a tricky game.
I think SMU's a tough... Because if you take Genty away, what do?
Which is true, but I think with SMU, look at how they had to try to beat Clemson.
That's valid. That is valid.
And look at what Clemson did against South Carolina. True. And look at what South Carolina did against Alabama. Look at what Alabama did against other... So I think we're just stepping up tiers.
Yeah.
So I think, SMU's here, but I think Penn State's here.
Right.
All you got to do is show up here. It might be a squeaker, but you'll be fine.
Survive in advance.
Absolutely. The name of the game. So then, all Big Ten finale, the Big Ten championship game rematch. I see Oregon and Penn State because of the paths playing each other in the national championship.
That would be fun, man.
Unfortunately for your boy, I do see the Ducks winning the national championship.
Oh, dude, trust me, no hate, man. I get it. That was a fun game. It did not end the way that I had hoped, obviously, the Big Ten title game, but it was fun.
Also, what the fuck was that over-under?
Dude. Oregon covered that shit by themselves.
By the half.
Just about. Yeah, dude. It was 49.5 on BetMGM.
Jeez.
And I was like...
I think it was 52.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I'm like, this is going to go over.
Yeah.
There's no way it doesn't.
Easily.
Yeah. That should have been like Boise State UNLV type over.
Absolutely.
Type
You'd think, but hey, sometimes they get it wrong.
Yeah, they'll learn next time around.
Oh, God.
Over under 73.5.
Right, and we're all going to bet the over.
Yeah.
Like dumbasses.
Like 20 to fucking 14.
I mean, exactly. Real football.
Right, because of course it would be. Because none of us can win any money.
Nope. Ever.
I've got, so where do we leave off? Okay.
Semifinals.
I got Texas over Arizona State, regrettably.
And then Oregon over Tennessee.
Yep, Oregon over Tennessee. Give me Penn State over... Did I already go through all these?
You did. So Texas and Oregon. Who's your matchup
Texas, Oregon. I've got Texas.
Okay.
I think this is the game where Oregon, their luck runs out, man.
No luck for the Duck.
No, man. I think it runs up here. Dylan Gabriel, to me, is not that impressive, man. He's a college quarterback.
Okay.
And I think Texas has enough players on defense, and their defense is good enough to where it's it's gonna show up at some point, and I've got it here.
You know who else they said was a college quarterback?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I know.
Guess who they didn't say was a college quarterback?
Who?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, I wish they were right on Mahomes.
I don't think any of us ever know.
No, I don't either. I really don't. But I don't know, man. Give me Texas over Oregon.
Okay, that's fair.
Penn State, Georgia would be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, dude. V spent some time in Georgia, 30 minutes away from Athens, so that would be a big one in this house. Give me Penn State, advancing to the title game. Penn State and Texas.
Damn.
For the college football championship.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Are we going Homer?
No. Texas gets the job done, man.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm riding Texas this hard, but I am.
Are you a professional bull rider now?
No, I'm not. I'm nowhere near coordinated enough.
Do you need to go? Do you belong in the Star State?
No, trust me. I thought about that. I was like, oh, man. But it's at the end of the day, it's like
I was the Cowboys fan.
Yeah, no shit. The Penn State fan in me is like it. You get just that far.
Oh yeah,
to where you can fucking feel it, and then a team that you realistically could and maybe even you could argue should beat is what slips you up.
So 36-14, something stupid like that?
I think it would be close. I would say like a 27-21 type, 24-20, 24-18 or some goofy shit.
Now, would you rather...
Yep. I love these games.
Would you rather it be a tight one like that where it's like come down to the final 10 minutes?
Or just get housed.
Or just get housed. Yeah. Because if you get housed by halftime, you might be able to just go to bed.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Because this game, and that's the other thing I've wondered is why are we still after this tournament going to put this game on a Monday night? You can't do it on a Saturday. Come on, man. Well, it's probably NFL playoffs, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
So I would get that, but okay, maybe a Friday. I don't know, man. Why is it always a Sunday and a Monday night with these things? But and you know the college football title game be running late as fuck.
Oh yeah, because everybody and their mother has to sing.
Yeah, you got to have the simulcast. You got to have a college Super Bowl, so there's a shit ton of fucking ad space. So yeah.
FanDuel, Sportsbet, 365, MGM.
It's like, fuck, I get it. I'm on it right now.
I'm literally putting together a third quarter parlay.
All my money. I just put in 3 live bets because I'm fucking chasing here. Fucking leave me alone.
Set a limit. Don't chase your losses.
Your promo codes don't work either. Fuck you. And then Kurt Warner comes up. Only bet when you can lose, you afford to lose. Fuck you, Kurt.
I can't. In this economy, I can't afford to lose ever.
To lose shit. Why are you telling me to download these apps? And why did I do it? I'm 36. I know better.
I'm sorry, buddy.
You know? No, it's not wrong. If we got shit housed, it would probably... I say I would go to bed, but because it was the title game, I would stay up and watch just in case.
Right.
But so I would prefer it to be a close game. But see, then if it is, it's like you can't go to bed afterwards. So
because you're angry.
Yeah, you call out the next day and just get fucking
shit faced. Yeah,
which is probably what would happen.
And then you wake up in the morning hoping it's a fever dream, and then realizing I missed out on a paycheck day. And
right.
Being even more pissed off at yourself later.
I just left money on the table because I'm not disciplined enough to not fucking drown myself. You know? And then the cycle just continues.
I'm a 36-year-old man.
I know better. At least I should.
Should.
So, yeah.
What's that Jeff Goldblum quote from Jurassic Park?
Oh, dude.
You thought for so long about whether or not you could, you didn't stop to think whether or not you should?
Valid.
Super valid.
Very valid and apt quote. I couldn't quote anything from Jurassic Park if you gave me $1 million.
Yes, you could.
I'm terrible. That's literally it. I'll throw up T-Rex arms for you because I'm not a good movie quoter, man.
It's okay.
I have to see a movie like there's like 3 I can quote, and it's the 3 that I've seen like 100 times each.
Yes, because you love watching people get stabbed.
I do. I can quote Terrifier for you. It's really not that hard to quote.
Well, yes. Just you want me to add a TikTok soundtrack in the back?
Basically. Because now Art the Clown's viral.
Exactly. For good reason.
For sure.
It's nice.
It's just like, oh wow, now everyone else discovers it. I feel like that guy with the band that was like, I was there before he was on the radio. Fuck you.
You are that guy.
Yeah, like you don't get to claim him.
We're the guys who had a podcast before anybody else in the world had a podcast.
Right.
Sports.
Right.
We're those guys.
Yeah, we should have proceeded. We did precede all you motherfuckers.
So, hey.
And then we took like a 7-year timeout, and now we're back.
Life happens.
God, don't it though?
Mm-hmm. So now that we've talked your ears off about college football,
Collegiate football.
whether you give a shit or not and are still here, thank you or fuck you, one of the two.
Yes. Or both.
Hey, it depends.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
So now we can switch gears
Mm-hmm.
and head into the NFL, which we are both exasperated with, but. Before we get to the actual play and the actual games and the actual records, let's get a little fantastical, shall we?
Yeah, let's do fantasy talk for a few.
Fantasy talk. So, Corey and I, we play in 3 leagues together now.
4.
4. Fuck.
Yeah.
4. My league, which is a bullshit fun league. His league, which is a lot of money, a league of a friend of mine's, which is a decent amount of money, and then our league, which is a 53-man roster.
Dynasty, son.
Huge.
Yeah.
Corey, you are a past champion.
Yep.
I am a past champion. In fact, we are the only 2 champions for that league.
Yeah, wow. Wow, you're right.
We might not win money in football, but damn it, we can play the shit out of some fantasy.
Ain't that true? God damn, dude. If only they had a BetMGM fantasy.
Wait.
Yeah.
Light bulb!
Yeah. We might be onto something. No one steal our idea.
Hey now.
Yeah, dude, and it starts tonight, technically, Rams-Niners.
Yeah. I'm not excited.
No, me either. I do have Puka in the 53-man league, though.
Okay.
So there's that. Maybe I'll be able to jump up to a nice little lead. And we talked about it kind of off air, and more content probably to come. We might start a new league and just do the whole thing on YouTube for you guys to discover, like we have. The 53-man rosters is really the only way to play fantasy.
I'm still down.
Yeah, man. I enjoy that shit so much. I love Dynasty. I love the rookie drafts. But like we've said, we also have leagues where we play more traditional. And there is something to be said for that. But we both have multiple chances at money. We both have multiple chances at championships, which is really what you want. You know, cast as wide a net as you can. You texted me the other day saying that you had, like, you loved the year that you had drafting, and I feel the same fucking way.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's like, that's what it comes down to. Like, waivers are a key thing for sure. You have to stay on top of it. But if you have a Cheeks draft.
If you have a bad foundation.
Right.
You're chasing all year.
Yeah, you don't even have to, I think it's a myth you have to nail your first rounder, because I've won championships with just trash.
And nobody's winning with Christian McCaffrey this year.
Exactly, so it's like...
Or half the motherfuckers.
Yeah, you have to nail at least one running back and one receiver, though.
Yeah.
You have to, anywhere in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to have that foundation, man. I think I did that with Derrick Henry.
I did that with Saquon.
Yep. I was telling a buddy of mine, I regret not being higher on Saquon than I was. I wish I had taken Saquon at 7, or was I 9? I don't remember.
I was 10. So
I was 9.
Yeah. And Corey and I have unknowingly, just in no way, shape, or form, have we concocted this bullshit that somehow happened over the summer. He and I drafted next to each other for all 3 drafts that we did together.
Yeah. So
it was either 10-11, 9-10, or some combination of the 2.
We're in each other's way a lot.
But at the same time, it's kind of why you and I have ended up in the same spots a lot, because we're going after essentially the same guys in some way, shape, or form for our rosters to improve them.
Yep.
And the only thing that really the only one that we ever really got pissy about, and that was me, who I got pissy about, and afterwards I realized I didn't need to get pissy about.
No, you didn't miss anything.
We in the cult draft.
Yep.
We got down into round 8. Because it is a standard league, I went heavy running back, heavy position player, and then I left quarterback for later rounds because I figured with Stafford, Cousins, Rodgers, Prescott, and a couple other guys that would sit back into the later rounds, I could wait and get what I needed to be serviceable in a standard league, considering I had Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Kupp, Metcalf, and David Montgomery.
Yep.
I felt solid.
Yeah.
So we get to the 8th round, and we're snake drafting. He's one pick ahead of me.
Mind you, I've already taken my quarterback. I've got Joe Burrow by this point.
I'm looking through the entire draft lineup. Everybody who needs a quarterback has a quarterback that they want, and no one else is in my way to take this guy, Anthony Richardson. He's sitting there. It is prime round 8. He's 3 rounds behind schedule. We've passed him up. Now's the time to strike, to combo him with Jonathan Taylor, to have the two-headed monster with the running capabilities going into the season. He was going to be, in my eyes, the next Jalen Hurts. And because I couldn't pair Jalen Hurts with Saquon Barkley to capitalize on tush-push touchdowns, I was getting Anthony Richardson, and I was fucking this draft up. Fuck you very much.
Sorry, pal.
For about 5 weeks. So, instead of Anthony Richardson, that very next pick, I took Jordan Love.
Good pick.
Not bad pick at all. And all things considered, since Anthony Richardson turned out to be cheeks.
Yeah. He's on waivers right now.
He still is. I almost picked him up 2 weeks ago just as like a flyer.
I almost picked him up, and I was like, in case Joe Burrow and Bo Nix both die, I'm going to need a guy. You know, because I ended up dropping him, and then I had the situation, because I took a backup high because I took Burrow in every league. I don't have him in Horseman because it's a dynasty. I have Hurts, but I took him in every draft I was in this year. And but there's always the health question with him.
Yeah.
So it's like I've got to take a backup high.
Right.
That's where I went Richardson, because I was like, I can afford a gamble here. And I actually started Richardson week 1.
Yep.
I started him, and he fucking had a good game against, I think it was Houston, I think.
It was.
They lost.
27 points or 24
he had
points,
a
one
nice
of the
game.
two.
He had a nice game, and then I started him week 2 against Green Bay and was like, oh boy.
Yep.
No, never again. I still won, but I was like, yeah, I'm riding Burrow from here on out.
Meanwhile, with Jordan Love, obviously I had the issue of the groin.
Yep, from Brazil.
So even after that, I'm, looking at it going, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I managed to reel off 5 out of the first 6 games, get dubs. Got a dub over you. I forget who I picked up as my backup at the time. It might have been Stafford, honestly, because I paired him with, I was hoping that, he'd go off with whoever was servicing for Nakua and Kupp. I have had some guys who have had some injury stints. Knock on wood. All of my running backs have been fairly okay. Jonathan Taylor had his issues.
Yeah, sure.
But my besties... and you and I have talked about it so at length.
Yep.
About how terrified I am every time one of them touches the ball.
Uh-huh.
And what was it, 2 weeks ago when there was the little hobble?
Yeah, dude.
And I went, oh no.
Yep.
Oh no, there goes my fantasy season.
There it is. Yep.
Now looking at the records that we finished up with, Colt is weird. You have the 1 seed.
Yep.
You're sitting at what, 12-2?
12-2. Yep.
I'm sitting at 4 at 10-4. The biggest reason for that is Josh motherfucking Allen.
Yeah.
I have the second most points in the league, like 20 behind Corey. And I would have gotten the 2nd seed had the 3rd seed beaten the 2nd seed, and then Josh Allen happened, and the 2nd seed started Josh Allen, and he got 52.89 points in our league.
Body experience against the Rams.
So he went up just enough so that the 3 seed couldn't knock him off. So now I'm stuck playing V. Hi, V. Corey's girlfriend, and she is currently on pace to knock me off by about 2 points.
Yeah, projections are weird though, man.
They are.
You never really know. I don't even know why they bother doing. I get it, I guess, but it's like you always want to be projected in the green rather than the red, even though like it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
The 6 teams that should have made the playoffs made it.
Yes.
Duke had a hell of a roster, but I think he had a lot of injuries because he was the one you and I both early on were like,
oh shit,
man, we don't want to see him.
And now it's Kenny.
Right. Now Kenny's fucking hot, and yeah, dude.
I'm glad he's on your side of the bracket.
Right. So I remember texting you a couple weeks ago, like, man.
Yep, and this
I don't know if you noticed,
and I got what I wanted. I got V on my side of the bracket, and I got Kendall.
Yeah,
as I owe Kendall so low and bad.
That's my boy, but I'm not gonna lie.
Bad.
It was a feather in my cap that I gave him his first L because he went. What was it, like 10-0? It was 9 or 10-0.
9.
And yeah, your boy gave him his first L. I was proud of that.
So I got very, very close, and I should have won that matchup. There's a couple matchups I should have won. I should have beat Maria. She beat me because the Chargers and Dicker the kicker.
There was one. It was either
that crushed me. It was literally a Monday night, like last 20 minutes fuck up.
What worries me, not worries me, but both of my losses, you and Kenny, are both playoff teams.
Yeah.
And there's one of them, I don't remember which one. If I cared that much, I could go back and look. One of them I lost because Evan McPherson missed a 50-plus yard field goal. And if he would have made that, I think it was Kenny, I think, I would have been fucking 13-1.
Yeah.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
So that's kind of cult. That's the big money league we got.
Yep.
The other one that's kind of a money league we've got together, the Yahoo League. I got the top seed for that one.
Yeah, shenanigans.
That one's, it's shenanigans.
It is, dude.
Defenses score like 30 points a game.
Yeah, it's defense heavy. It's awesome, which is
huge.
Great.
So what'd you end up? Yours is the 6
I'm the 4, I think.
Okay, so you're in it. You've got you got some equity.
I think I'm the 4.
Okay, so made the playoffs, and then Horseman.
Yeah, man. Where are you? Because I'm the 3.
I'm the 6. No. I'm the 5.
No, okay, yeah.
Because you've got Tommy.
No, I got Kendall.
That's
So
right.
you
I
must
have Tommy.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Good matchups, though, man.
This is the 3rd year in a row I played Tommy in the playoffs.
Dude, you guys are like the Bills and Chiefs.
Dude, genuinely. And
They're like the Chiefs,
he beats me in the regular season. I beat him in the playoffs.
Wouldn't matter.
It's hilarious. Oh, dude, I'm going to be texting him from starting tomorrow afternoon on. I'm just going to be like, meh.
Just send him the Brock Lesnar gifts.
Oh, no, well, that, and I'm going to send him, the link to when we post this.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to send him, start it from whatever timestamp.
Yeah.
Tommy, I'm going to beat you this weekend.
He's coming for you, man.
Give me my belt back, bitch.
He started off hot, dude.
He did.
He started off hot. I mean, he's a playoff team, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude. Man, I love those playoffs because, like we said about the 53, man, the best thing about it is
the worst thing about it.
Yeah.
You just never
if you
fucking
start
know.
the wrong fucking DB,
yep,
it can either cost you or you could win.
Who do you pick? And Matabike, or do you go with Highsmith? Or do you just say fuck it to both of them?
Exactly.
Because some nomad from the Rams is going to be better.
Uh-huh. Give me Kobe Turner.
Hey, that's literally my lineup this week.
Yeah, dude.
I have started
That's what I'm saying.
Mbakwe and Turner because Highsmith, I don't think coming back from injury, is going to get against, who are they playing?
Us.
The Eagles.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to get any sacks.
And
that's
hate
what
myself.
Highsmith lives on.
Yeah, I hate myself because I had Kobe Turner and I dropped him.
And then
Yeah, I don't even remember who I dropped him for. Somebody insignificant, probably. But yeah. Yeah, dude, I can't wait, man. I love watching the playoff scores in that league and just how often they change. It's
because
just the fucking chaos.
Well, our average score is like 240 to 230.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those things where I think the matchup 2 weeks ago that I had that I lost, that would have put me. Who runs? Who's the top seed?
It's Chris.
Yeah. So Chris and I were going back and forth all weekend long, and you know the 1 o'clock games he had me by 20. And then the 4 o'clock games, I went up by 40. The Sunday night games, he pulled it back, and then he went up by 10. Monday night, we both had 3 guys going, and it was a matter, like, it was
That's
up
when
and
it's nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah.
Monday night.
And our championship games have come down to Damar Hamlin dying and
Yes.
you squeaking out the squeaker of all squeakers last year. I mean, for as phenomenally high scoring as these games are, as these matchups are in our league, we have guys who are good fantasy players.
Yeah. That's what makes it so great, dude.
So everybody, like the competition, and we get after each other a little bit.
Yeah. That's what makes it so great, dude. The group chat's good.
Yep. Wrestling all day.
Yeah, wrestling gifts. It's active people, man. There's no incomplete lineups. And it's with a 53-man league or 53-man rosters. I mean, 46 active, 7 practice squads. So you've got the full thing. You got to have your game day roster ready. I just called a dude up for my practice squad today, actually.
I know.
So yeah, man, it's fun, dude. You get to literally be your own fucking full-blown GM. Mm-hmm. I mean, the startup. That's why I want to do another league, because I love the startup draft, dude. It's just like a month of waking up and being like, all right, who got picked while I was asleep? Anybody?
Yeah.
You know, let me get mad that somebody took fucking Rashad Bateman because I was hoping he was going to fall to me.
Ding, ding,
Yeah, in round 39. You know? Or who took the fucking D tackle for the Bucks?
Yeah, absolutely. Who took Haloti Nada?
Yeah, I wanted
Vita Vea now.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
I think somebody snagged Vita Vea for me a couple of years ago. What's funny? Well, what's fun about this too is we had our initial league.
Yep.
And I won that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then life got weird.
Yep.
And so our buddy Thomas, he was a part of the league, unfortunately no longer with us.
Yep.
But we carry on the league and the team names with his memory in mind.
Yep.
So through that, it's a camaraderie thing.
For sure, dude.
And it really kind of keeps things going on both ends for us, and it's a fun thing to be a part of. And even though we redid the draft, we still somehow I ended up with a solid squad again. Mm-hmm. You ended up with a solid squad again, but early on in the season, I don't know, well, maybe not early, but after week 8, week 9, you and I were both texted back and forth like, hey, do we want to just blow these shits up?
Yep.
Who do we want to put on the trading block?
That's it, because your boy is a draft fucking fiend. So I was like, all right, I'm about to float everybody out there for these contending teams so your boy can acquire a shit ton of picks next year.
And then I went on a run of 5 wins in 6 weeks. I was sitting at 2-6.
I was, I think, 2-5.
Yeah.
And I started. I think I won 4. I got to 500. I think I lost again.
Yeah.
And then I won 2 more, and I was like,
I'm on the same path.
I'm
I won 4 in a row because, like, you saw my gifts.
Yep.
Because that's the fun thing about the league is in the group chat we send gifs and memes
to talk shit,
and we do it with wrestling characters. So, and each of the characters that we've picked is just like a recognizable wrestler, but we have no connection to them. I am not a Brock Lesnar fan by far, but I love his gifts.
Yeah.
And I was the champion from the previous season.
Yep.
So when I was looking up all the WWE champion gifts, his stood out to me and I used it.
The first one.
So Brock Lesnar was like my guy that I took as like my persona in the league. So Brock Lesnar has a gif of him sitting in the back, and I remember this moment. It was back when, before they announced like what a big announcement for him, he's sitting in the back just reading a magazine with a smirk on his face. I posted that in the group chat after every Monday night game for 4 weeks. Just like, bitches, I'm coming.
I'm still here.
And then as soon as I made it to 500, then I did a different one of just like him walking like across the entranceway. Then I lost and I had to throw a different one in there. But then I won convincingly last week, got myself into the playoffs at 7-7. And
fire off the Lesnar gift Monday morning.
Let's go. I mean, I'm so hyped for...
I'm glad you made it in, for real.
I so am. It feels... It's cathartic knowing that, like, okay, I have some things to fix.
Yeah.
But I'm not as bad off as I thought I was.
I'm in the conversation.
And considering the way the conversation looks, with 3 teams finishing at 8-6, 2 teams finishing at 7-7, and another 2 teams finishing at 6-8.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of jammed up.
And Culver Commander, Chris, he could have been 8-6 with the rest of us.
He's what, 11-3, 10-4?
Something like that. So it's not like he's too far off, because I'm sure a couple of his matchups.
Away.
Right. It's not a 12-1 season, so 13-1 season. So I feel better knowing that I still have some skin in the game, and that I've been making the right moves. I've made the right choices as a fantasy manager, and now I'm in a position where, fuck it, 3 more weeks of fun time.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Exactly. And it's. I remember I was worried that I got too cute during the draft.
Sure.
Because I'm the defending champ. I won last year after James had won, and then we kind of restarted. We reset the draft board. I won last year, and I got mad cute during the draft, man. Like I picked 10th because champ. So you pick like a 10-team league. The kid picked 4th. And he needed a receiver and a backup quarterback. So he was like, what about Drake London and Baker Mayfield? For the 4th pick. And I was like, give it to me. Which, as it played out,
isn't awful.
I actually think I lost that trade because Drake London, even though Kirk is Kirk, Drake London's a bona fide number 1 receiver.
Yeah, he's solid.
And Baker Mayfield's a fucking top 5 fantasy quarterback. So somebody he acquired to be a backup could end up being the fucking starter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, your son doesn't bother with his fantasy team.
Yeah, he farts around with that fucking league a little bit. I think it's too much for him. So maybe we might have to replace somebody else.
Teenage attention spans, man.
He's the one where it's like 53 people's probably too much. And he's going to have the first overall pick, so we might have to put somebody on the Genty sweepstakes.
Not for Courtney Cummings, though.
But, right? But, yeah, so I ended up, and then I put,
go to hell.
I was like, I'm trying to get more picks. And Will texted me and was like, what would you take for CeeDee Lamb? Because I had him. And he picked 7th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, give me the 7th pick. And he was like, done.
Shit, brother.
Yeah, dude. I sent him CeeDee Lamb for the 7th pick. So now...
You're a cocksucker.
Yeah. I go into... Which I know
I forgot about that trade.
I'm like, I know this is a dumb deal, but I'm in the moment draft night. From what I remember, I think I was buzzed. I was drinking that night. So I was like, I just want to have fun.
Yeah,
and
because first night, and it's a rookie draft, so it's gonna go quick.
The best, everybody's locked in and looking forward to it. So you're just like, I want to have a good time.
Yeah.
So fuck it. And I had a lot of depth at receiver. I had Puka. I've got Rashee Rice. I know he's hurt, but I could have some fun here. So then I'm sitting at 4, 7, and 10. I got 3 picks in the first round as defending champ. My plan going in was Roma Dunze at 4. I was like, Roma Dunze, I want Roma Dunze.
Yeah.
Dallas took him at 3, and I was like, fuck! So then I'm like, all right, let's have some more fun. Make me offers for 4. Because I was going to go Bowers, but I was like, it feels a little early for him, though.
Should have gone Bowers.
I know. Well, Kendall hit me up and was like, who do you want?
I know. I threw a trade offer at you for something, too.
Yeah. But I remember Kendall texted me, and he has Ayuk. I'm an Ayuk guy. So I was like, would you give me Ayuk for the 4th pick? And he was like, done.
Jesus, man.
So I sent
You
him,
literally won the Super Bowl and destroyed your roster.
yeah, I sent him the 4th pick for Brandon Ayuk, and he took Brock Bowers with the 4th pick. So I stayed at 7. I now ended up with 7 and 10. I took Ladd McConkey at 7 because that was my guy.
Yeah.
And then I took Trey Benson because I needed a running back going into the season because I had Chase Brown, but I didn't know at the time. I thought he was going to take off, but I didn't know like this, so I wanted insurance. But basically, long story short, I flipped CeeDee Lamb and Drake
Baker
London,
Mayfield and Drake London.
yeah, for Brandon Ayuk and Ladd McConkey. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where you lost. The DVOA, you probably lost a game on that.
I got too cute. So I am gonna do the me. I'm gonna try and acquire more picks this year.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna be as like fucking loose with it.
Well, and what's funny is so like my rookies have actually I didn't expect to do too well in the rookie draft, and I got Jonathan Brooks, who is bad luck Juju apparently.
God, dude, yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go back for another running back if I want to reload. Because
That'll be the year to do it.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's looking like he's slowing down a little bit. Aaron Jones is probably gone from the Vikings after this year, so now's the time. But as it stands, over the course of the season, I have been accumulating a shit ton of rookies for my roster.
I'm telling you, it's the way to go, man.
And it's one of those things is I'm just finding guys who are doing well, who are playing this year, and are having solid 6, 7, 8 week stints, and who are getting opportunities where other guys aren't, and I'm just swapping them out. So like, guy that I picked up was Juju Brents for the Indianapolis Colts.
Dude.
However, he's been kind of a shithead this year. So I dropped him off, and instead I picked up let's see, Still from the Chargers. Tareeb Still. If you look at my lineup I have Devon Vele. I have Bo Nix, McCormick.
I forgot you took Bo Nix.
Garendo.
Yep.
I have Yoshivash, McCaffrey, the Luke version.
Yep.
Theo Johnson for the Giants.
He's gonna be good, man.
Roseboom for the Rams. Sherwood for the Jets. Another Indianapolis DB, Jones. And then if you look in my taxi, Braylon Allen, Jonathan Brooks, Jalen McMillan, Turner for the Minnesota Vikings, Trotter, and Smith for the Buccaneers. The other decent, like it's so, I'm so happy that I've done it this way because, I have the combo of Burrow and Chase, and then I have pieces that, I have. I picked up Jonnu Smith off of waivers because for some reason nobody touched him. I have McBride from the trade.
That was the rookie draft.
We did.
Because I drafted McBride, and I sent him to you for, I think, your second rounder.
Who you ended up taking.
I think it was Jack Campbell, linebacker. It was either Lucas Van Ness, edge rusher of Green Bay, or Jack Campbell, linebacker to Detroit.
So then, and I got Jordan Addison, who's popped off every now and again.
Oh, yeah.
Although I sat him last week.
I started him in Colt.
And then I've got I got really solid linebackers. I got Bernard, Roquan Smith, and Zaire Franklin.
Yeah, dude.
My linebacking core is a terror squad.
That's one of my dilemmas every week is what's the 3 linebackers I'm going to start. DB is also a dilemma for me. My D-line still needs some work.
Yeah, because you can also we have on average 8 or 9 DBs in a roster.
Yep.
And on average, 6 of them pop off for 13 plus points.
Yeah.
And that adds up over the course of 4 players.
Dude. Nick Cross, you mentioned Indianapolis. I picked up Nick Cross early in the year. And he's become a fucking staple in my secondary.
And that's the thing is with this league, you and I we've capitulated about this for a long time. We could sit here and talk about this league for an hour by itself.
Yes, it's
easily.
The best.
It's an amazing way to play fantasy football if you're a junkie.
Yeah,
if you're a casual, don't do it unless you want to be invested.
That's right.
But if you are a fantasy football junkie who loves the grind, who loves dynasty, who loves having choices at your disposal and making moves and actually playing the game, in my opinion, the way it's supposed to be played.
Right.
Then this is a format that you would love.
It's my favorite way to play it. And, I mean, look, if you are watching and you're interested in it, comment, because we're probably going to start a league for YouTube content.
We will do a listener league.
Oh, dude, 1,000%.
Easy.
If we can snag 8 people that are willing to do this with us all day, and we'll fucking broadcast the shit, because I mean it's
live and local.
Yeah, dude, it's not for everybody. I mean, I got a buddy who lives and dies by fantasy. I mean, even more than we do. Jeez. I mean,
that's hard.
Egregious.
That's hard.
And when we were putting the league together, and he's local, I was like, "You want to do it?" And he was like, "That's a little much, dude." I was like, "You sure?" I'm telling you, dude, it's fun. And
I haven't watched this episode,
man. So yeah, dude, that's why. And I sent him the roster after the draft, and he was like, "Damn, man."
Yeah,
I tried to tell you.
Well, I mean, hey, he can take Sean's spot next year.
I know. That's what I'm thinking, man. Because you can always get somebody. It's just, I hate to.
You hate to boot your own kid from the league.
No, not that. I hate to, because you're not taking over a 9, the traditional.
Right, you're taking over a 3-11 squad.
That and it's most keeper leagues okay, pick 2 people to keep out of a traditional style 9-person fantasy league.
Right.
This is you're getting a whole fucking roster,
and you got to make do with it.
Right.
You're like a GM or an owner who's buying a team.
Right. You had nothing to do with this shit.
Right, and now you got to fix it.
Yeah, we already had that situation this past year with one person, so it's man, it sucks.
Which that didn't turn out too bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. Kenny's invested, which is great.
And he's turned it around some.
Yeah.
He had some close losses, so. But yeah, that's kind of fantasy for us, man. I mean, this has been now a ongoing thing since really April when we had the rookie draft.
That's right.
Or May, whenever it was.
Yep.
And, the cycle will continue as we're going to finish up fantasy here in a few weeks.
Yep.
We're going to capitulate over the rest of the NFL season. Your team is going to shit the bed in the playoffs at some point because
Probably.
A.J. Brown doesn't suck Jalen Hurts' dick enough. And then we're going to watch the Chiefs win the Super Bowl over the Lions on a bullshit penalty.
Yep.
And, life goes on.
Yeah,
or Dan Campbell's going to go for it on 4th down from his own 12.
I hope, though, if it is Lions-Chiefs, and it does end on a bullshit call like all Chiefs games do, I hope Dan Campbell fucking freaks and just storms the field and
starts beating the shit out of referees.
And fucking tombstone pile drives Mahomes right on the 50-yard line. Actually, no, Stone Cold Stunner, because he loosely resembles Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
So
have you seen the Dan Campbell memes of PC Principal?
No.
He looks like PC Principal, man.
Oh, shit.
I'll show you later. It's the best.
I love Dan Campbell. My favorite head coach in the NFL.
How can you not? It's Dan Campbell,
dude.
man.
He's the best.
But, that's kind of it for today. We've run a little long, so we're not going to talk too much NFL. Or we can't really talk too much NFL because we don't have time for it. But
there's always next week.
There is next week, so plan on being here next week and plan on joining us for hopefully smiles instead of tears.
Yes, preferably.
We will definitively talk about our fantasy happenstances.
Yep.
We will talk about
fingers crossed.
Wins, losses, and then the NFL, and I will just cuss out Jerry Jones from my little seat on the couch, and
Plastic Scarecrow Man.
he'll giggle about it.
I will.
So
I hope he outlives all of us.
Oh God, fuck you. Cory, take us out.
All right, we love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Tell a friend. And at some point, we realize it's not super aesthetically pleasing. We're a startup. We're getting back after it, so it's going to look the way it should in a matter of months. Just be patient. Be here if you're joining us. Thank you, and we'll see you next week, people. Much love, peace, and love, and
Bye.
good luck on your bets, degenerate gamblers.